Doki Doki Canon Quiz. 99.9% will fail is a fan mod that Team Salavato had nothing to do with. Okie dokie.
That's so... Okay. That is the cheesiest fucking dialogue option there.
Heyo, Spaghetto here, and welcome back to another Doki Doki Literature Club mod. Another one. Again. Anyways, we have a very special guest today, DokiGuy. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, hey guys, this is DokiGuy here.
And as always, we have Lars from Norway. Hi, Lars.
Yeah, when you told me we were going to play a mod called Doki Doki Canon Quiz, I thought that was canon with 2 N's, or 3 rather, and it sounded a lot more exciting. Now that I realize what it actually is, I'm not so sure, but we'll see.
As long as we get to see Yuri's cannons, I'm satisfied.
There we go.
Nice.
Cannon Carl! Let's bleep this up. Wait, no.
Whoa! What?
No, bleep that.
Okay, oh, just to clarify, by the way, though, I don't think there's gonna be like a ton of like plot and stuff, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think this is just a quiz, right?
Hello, and welcome to the Doki Doki Canon Quiz. 99.9% will fail. Yeah! This is a test to see how well you remember our game.
And if you can distinguish canon facts from common assumptions and misconceptions.
Indeed, each statement is true or false, but with the added choices of likely and unlikely.
Oh, it's like a depression personality quiz. Okay.
You'll get half credit if you're close. Just keep in mind, not all proof is definitive. That's right. Some answers aren't so clear-cut. Cut!
Sometimes there's only evidence to suggest that what may or may not be the case.
So...
When did Sayori become a smoker?
So make sure you think really hard before you answer. Don't just go with your gut. To clarify, these questions are based on the original game's multi-tack timeline. The side stories didn't happen as shown, but contain some important details. Fuck, I didn't play the side stories. We'll ask the questions first and tell you how you did afterward. Are you ready? Then let's go!
Question 1. Sayori... No, I'm not going to do it like that. Okay.
Thank you.
Question 1. Sayori is a terrible cook. Is the answer true? Likely? Unlikely? Or Tristan has poor impulse control?
I think that's true.
Okay, why do you guys think that, though? Like, let's give our justifications for it.
Well, in Act 1, Sayori was talking to the main character, and he said she's never allowed to cook again because she almost burned down his house.
Nice. Also, she does try to get MC to buy her food, which is like the sure telltale sign of a terrible cook. No. Natsuki never said the word baka.
DokiGuy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's true. I don't think she ever used the word baka.
No, I think during our playthrough, Tristan actually swapped that word in. I don't think she actually says it.
Alright, true it is. Are you sure?
Yuri's favorite genre is horror.
Yeah, that's likely true.
That seems likely, but isn't she into like weird fantasy stuff, or is that just like specifically horror?
Yeah, I think she's into some weird stuff like that as well.
Wasn't she like, what was it, like the Crimson Sphincter book that she was reading, Tristan? What was the name of it?
Oh, it's the Portrait of Markiplier. Yeah, I'd say that's true because Yuri's always just like, oh, I love horror books and I like mutilating my body, so.
Yeah, for kicks.
You'll get no hints from me.
All right, question 420. Monika doesn't know how to code. Well, that's false.
Well, if it's coming from the base game, though, then she did raise Sayori's depression and made Yuri unnecessarily obsessive.
Yeah, she was actively executing code during the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say false because you always see like the little command prompt and she's just like...
Well, I mean, we could just go right past this one, boys. Question 5 out of 20. Sayori is as stupid as she acts.
True!
Oh, man. You know what? That is extremely unlikely, in my opinion.
Also, it seems like they're fishing for the answer being false either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sayori is a bit of a klutz. And
Yeah, but I feel like she leans into the whole klutz thing just to get bitches, you know what I'm saying?
And cupcakes. I'm gonna say false, but you know what you want.
I'm gonna go for unlikely on this one, guys.
All right, under protest.
Well, I sure hope not. Eehee.
All right, okay. 6 out of 20. Natsuki didn't bake for the club until Sayori asked her to.
I think I'm gonna go with true on this one.
Oh wait, yeah, no, that is true because Sayori uses it as a manipulation tactic to get the main character into the club, saying, like, Natsuki even baked cupcakes for you, and Natsuki mentions like that Sayori asked her to.
Now wait just a gosh darn minute, because here's the thing. This is okay. So they made a point of being like a wank with a title and calling it 99.9% will fail, which makes me think that there's going to be some curveballs thrown in here. And the question is, Natsuki didn't bake for the club until this happened. That seems unlikely. It's entirely possible that she did before.
All right, so unlikely.
Well, that's my answer. You guys can put whatever answer you want, though.
All right. We all voted the same answer. That's unlikely. You know I'd brag either way.
Another Yuri one.
All right. Question 711. Never forget. Yuri is not named after the girl love genre.
My favorite. Is Yuri named after lesbian pornography?
You know what? I'm gonna go with unlikely because I think that's just a coincidence.
I think it's a 50-50. So whatever you guys want to choose.
So what you're saying is Dan Salvato is a porn addict.
You don't have to be addicted to Yuri to appreciate its merits.
I'll go unlikely too.
I'm gonna go with unlikely too, given the nature of this quiz.
I'm going to say unlikely, but it's possible. Question 8 out of 20. Monika did nothing wrong. That's objectively false. Within the framework of the game, she's a mass murderer.
Yeah, bullying someone into committing game end on themselves is really fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna go with the true or likely because, in my opinion, I don't think Monika did anything to them physically. She just used the console to manipulate the negative traits like that.
So the question is this like within the context of the game universe or not? Because if it's just like in reality, then you're absolutely right. These are just game characters. Yeah, Monika is just a game character. Monika is just a game character. Monika.
I feel like this question is really like the correct answer depends on what they're looking for, because if they're like a Monika fan, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, she did nothing wrong. But if they're just like objectively a moral person, they'll be like, yeah, no, she's fucked up.
Yeah, it also depends on whether you're viewing this from in or outside of the game.
Monika is also set within the same plane as the other game characters, so they're equals.
Sorta. It gets messy, but I see what you're saying. Here's my argument, and I think I might sell you guys on this one. So there's only one other person in history where they use the phrase blank did nothing wrong.
I mean, when you put it that way,
yeah,
I think Monika's a bitch. I'm gonna go with false.
But we all had different answers there, I think, to some degree.
Yeah, probably unlikely or false. Yeah.
Question 9 out of 20. That means there's 9 questions so far, and there's 11 after. So 9, 11.
What?
I was just explaining how far we've made it, buddy. Don't worry about it.
They hit the Pentagon!
Sayori sometimes deprives herself of food.
No, it actually makes sense because due to Sayori's depression, she sometimes doesn't want to get out of bed in the morning. Sometimes she doesn't want to eat or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, that could be likely then.
Yeah, because there's like a stereotype with like depression where it can either make you like very large or like rail thin, and Sayori is rail thin. So that does fit the archetype.
I'll go likely. Well, Hee.
All right, 10 out of 20, which is terrible, and you really need to see your eye doctor at that point. Natsuki often fights with Yuri. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, she's always like, Yuri, you're a fucking bitch with your big tits and your stupid books, you big-titted bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a little bit more subtle about it, but yeah.
True.
I think it's true that they do fight each other often.
I don't know about that. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up!
Well, this is going to be out there on a recording now, I guess.
Oh boy.
Yuri does not regularly pleasure herself with pens.
Do you guys remember Act 2, Yuri, where she pissed on a poem and took MC's pen and shoved it up her?
Yeah, it was something. But I don't know if that means that she regularly does that. Like, her regular thing was, like, the knives.
I don't know, I think unlikely because Yuri only uses the pen once in the game.
Well, then that would be likely, buddy. Double negative.
Okay.
You understand double negatives, right?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying not to think too hard about this question.
Isn't that question a little...
Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable.
So, question 12. Monika killed the other girls.
Well...
I don't think that she did, because, like...
Well, yeah. Well, unless you count deleting them as actually killing them, because she didn't physically hurt the girls, she only deleted a character file.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say false just because she deleted them, but then she was able to just put them back.
Yeah, also, when they died in the game, it wasn't by her hand, it was definitely by her manipulations, though. So,
yeah.
Terrible actions, but not first degree murder.
I don't know, I'm kind of feeling false on this one, because she didn't, like, straight up go stab Yuri.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say unlikely for me, but I could see false.
Yeah, I'm gonna say false, too.
Oh, okay. The majority votes. About that, we'll save it for the end.
13 out of 20. Sayori has felt depressed for her entire life. Probably not when she was like 2.
Wham! I'm so sad.
No, Sayori was fresh out of the womb and she's just like, I don't want to be here.
I'm gonna say unlikely. I mean, I guess it's possible to have like baby bipolar, but
I think unlikely is the best bet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, also don't listen to us, guys. Like, talk to your doctor, please.
Absolutely. Yeah, go see a doctor if you're...
Depression is cured by mental health treatment. Please seek out a therapist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did we screen these at all?
Natsuki frequently swears.
Not really. I mean...
Not really.
I remember I pointed out like several hours into the game and I'm like, oh, that's the first curse word.
Yeah, I think she like, the first time they said fuck.
Yeah, unlikely.
Yeah, so definitely unlikely.
Okay. I mean, everybody does sometimes.
Fuckhead.
All right, number 15. Yuri is a yandere.
Well, in Act 2, she did start to become more obsessed towards the MC, so that was pretty much unlikely. Unlike in Act 1, when she was a tsundere, if you say it right.
Yeah, the problem with these questions is like it's kind of broad intentionally. Like she's only a yandere half the time.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, it seems to me like, like just do a quick Google search for yandere that fits her character's arc.
I don't know. I'm like torn. Like she is a yandere only half the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say it's likely at least.
All right, fuck it.
Likely. No comment.
That means true. 16. Is she a yandere or not? Is the question.
I think I'm gonna go with true on that one because she was kind of obsessed with the player, even more so than Yuri in Act 2.
You know, she's obsessed with you the whole game.
But there's a factor involved in there because she also has motivations within the metafictional narrative as wanting to escape her place as a non-dateable NPC in the visual novel. So part of the reason she's reaching out is because like MC's the only one who could theoretically help.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it classical yandere, which is a funny sentence. I don't know if that applies.
Yeah, I think Monika is most likely a yandere. due to that.
Okay. So hot.
It's a little warm today. Yeah, it's 70 degrees.
It's like 85 degrees in this room.
Ugh, that's pretty gross.
Yeah, my nipples are taking off like rockets, dude.
No comment!
Okay, number 17. Sayori was always game end.
I think that's false.
Yeah, I think that's false too.
Yeah, again, I'm leaning towards like that she probably wasn't when she was 2.
Wah.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who's had like long-term depressive episodes in their life, it didn't start till like a specific age, and I remember exactly when that age was, so it wasn't my whole life.
It's like they always said in a base game, some days are better than others.
Yeah. You don't see a lot of like preschoolers doing that. So I doubt it's always.
Definitely false there.
Number 18. Natsuki has suffered problems at home of a physical nature.
Yeah, I don't think her abuse has been physical. She's just malnourished because her dad refused to feed her at home.
I'm gonna be honest, I barely played the Natsuki route, so I don't remember.
So he canonically doesn't feed her well enough?
Yes.
That is abuse.
Her dad doesn't really abuse her until Act 2, which is thanks to Monika's influence.
Okay. Well, what do you think is the answer?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say unlikely here.
Okay.
Dark.
Okay.
Number 19. Yuri
Stop it!
Katzen, Act 1.
You really gonna read that like that?
Is the only way I was comfortable doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's definitely likely because Yuri goes off screen to do something like that when she gets a little overexcited.
Yeah, I'd say likely.
Yeah.
I'm going to say likely, but not true. It's only implied.
Yeah, boy. No comment.
What the fuck?
All right. 2020, the COVID number. Monika told Sayori to game end.
It's kind of up for interpretation because there's that Friday afternoon where Monika pulls Sayori aside and has that dark conversation with her, and you don't actually fully hear what they say, but I just remember it really upsetting Sayori.
Yeah, but that's just implied. It doesn't actually spell it out.
I'd say unlikely.
I'm going to say likely,
Yeah, I say likely.
but
Okay, Monika, you're evil. And that's a wrap. A chicken wrap.
you can't eat that, dude. Chicken isn't vegan.
Yeah, neither can Monika. She's vegetarian.
She is?
Yes, she's a vegetarian.
Well, then how does she know about the squid thing?
Squid Games, duh.
Oh.
We'll tally up your score after we discuss the answers.
Oh, we have quite a bit of explaining to do, don't we?
I'll say, I thought this was just gonna be a fun little game. That's Doki Doki Literature Club for you.
Good old Ding Dong Literature Plus.
Don't worry, not all of these are gloom and doom. Only 90% of them.
Just 19 of them are.
Right. So your first question was, Sayori is a terrible cook. You said true. The correct answer is... likely.
Yeah, it wasn't spelled out in the script, but it was heavily implied.
From what can be seen in the game, we don't know for sure.
Okay, if they're going by implications being likely or unlikely, we probably got a lot of these correct, actually.
The one piece of evidence... fuck. Sorry, I'm distracted by Sayori's, laser focus on Monika's tits. The one piece of...
Yeah.
God damn it. The next of your questions was... Sayori is as stupid as she acts. You said unlikely. The correct answer is... oh. I don't know.
No, what I'm saying is it actually spelled out in the script? Because I thought that was just implied.
I guess it's just mostly implied.
Well, I'm going to say the answer's wrong, and we got it right.
Haha!
That's right.
Yay, take that! Grade pointed average. Sayori only acts stupid. I allude that her behavior is mostly just a show for Canon Carl.
Canon Carl!
But there are other times where she demonstrates her smarts, like when we discussed about our festival plans. Never mind your schemes to go get Canon Carl to join and extort snacks from them. Can you stop that, please? Speaking of, your third question was, Sayori sometimes surprises herself with food. You said likely. The correct answer is... True? I know it seems like I eat a lot, but... All the evidence we need for this one can be found in 2 words from Sayori's suppression confession. Why eat? Oh, I don't know if we read all of, like, the side poems.
Yeah, but that sounds like that could just be depressive musings.
I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. Come on. I hate to admit it, but that's right. I'm not always hungry because I love to eat. It's because I don't eat often enough. This is the other reason you may not be too good at cooking. You're barely motivated to eat, let alone prepare anything elaborate. I'll leave it open to interpretation. Eehee. Wait, if you're leaving it open to what? If it's open to interpretation...
Then it's not true. It's likely.
Yeah. Fuck you. Now, your fourth question was... Sayori has felt depressed her entire life. You said unlikely. The correct answer is... Yay!
Nice.
We got one.
We got a full point, but...
Huh? But I said I did. Not exactly. This statement was very deliberately phrased.
Technical win. Yes.
Your entire life, wire to wire, feeling depressed the whole time?
Your entire life?
Yeah. Sayori, were you a baby and you're just like, I don't really want to be here anymore?
Like I was saying, baby bipolar, big epidemic.
Well, I mean, I guess that isn't so probable. Precisely, and the keyword is felt. Having depression and feeling depression aren't quite the same thing. It's possible Sayori could have had chronic depression for her whole life. It's been diagnosed in children as young as 3. So for you to have felt depressed in your every waking moment isn't very likely at all. Anyway, your final question was, Sayori was always sad. You said false. The correct answer is... What?
Yeah, close enough.
It may not have been the most pleasant life, but you made it this far on your own, and you probably could have continued to persevere.
If it weren't for those meddling kids.
And that fucking dog!
Uh-oh, Raggy.
I'm sorry, Lars. It was... I had to do it once.
You get one of those a year, bud.
Shall we move on with Natsuki? Let's get this over with. Oh god. ABC fucko music.
Yeah, there's a lot of aspects about the Natsuki line of the playthroughs that always makes me feel a little uncomfortable, and I'm glad that Dan Salvato was like, no, these characters are definitely all 18.
You got it. First question. Natsuki never said the word baka. You said true. The correct answer is... Yes!
Yeah, that was a Spaghettoism, I think.
Am I the one that just plagued the community with the word baka?
Well, you say it a lot when we play the mods and stuff.
That's true. Maybe I'm the one that invented it. I'm sorry. Weeb! Next up, your second question. Natsuki didn't bake for the club until Sayori asked her to. You said unlikely. The correct answer is... What? I was wondering if this would trip you up. There's only one line of proof, but it's definite. Only one? I don't remember anything that would have proven this. That's because it was an offhand remark by me on the day Canon Carl arrived.
Canon Carl!
After you revealed the cupcakes, I mentioned how I had no idea you were good at baking. Meaning that was the first time I got to taste your work.
That's not proof that she hadn't baked before.
Moving on to your third question. Natsuki often fights with Yuri. You said true. The correct answer is... What?
No, bullshit.
That's fucking horseshit.
Yeah, I've watched Tristan voice several of those.
Me? Look who's talking. You want to be edgy, bitch! The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Wow, be careful. You might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. What's the confusion here? I'm not on bad terms with Yuri. It seems some people think you're always at each other's throats. But you are.
That's not the question. That's also not the question. The question is, do they fight frequently? They do.
While it's true Natsuki and Yuri are very different people with their own opinions, it doesn't mean they don't like each other or can't get along. This is fucking headcanon. Shut the fuck up.
It's also not the question. It's did they fight a lot? They do.
Yes, they do. Stop saying, oh, Natsuki and Yuri can get along, make out, and make gay babies. No, they fight.
Wait, no, I'm okay with that. Hold on. Wait. Say more about that.
Have you guys seen all the Natsuki and Yuri fan art?
I know what I'm gonna do tonight, but no, man.
Well, at least you know you admire her. If that comment about her mature and sexy figure is anything to go off of. Shut the fuck up!
Okay, Smosh.
Look at that guy's hood. It's so big.
Shut up!
That was actually pretty good.
Oh, thanks. Anyway, your fourth question. Natsuki frequently says fuck. You said unlikely. The correct answer is... false!
Yeah, I was just gonna say unlikely because this is just like a slice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why was this even a question? That's not my style. Yeah, I never swear either, Natsuki. I've never said any bad words.
But I don't know if it's false. I mean, they don't show like the rest of her days.
Lars, you remember, right? Spaghetto is a Christian channel that doesn't swear.
Yeah, I remember your post to the DDLC mod subreddit saying, you guys have any good Christian mods for me to download? Any good ones that can respect the Lord?
What is personality if not one's characterization? Now, the final question of yours. Natsuki has suffered physical abuse at home. You said unlikely. The correct answer is...
Likely?
Yeah, this one seemed like it depends on how you define that term, though.
I personally always thought her dad was beating her because there's just a lot of signs with how she conducts herself.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought that depriving someone of food is physical abuse if they're in your care.
That too. I mean, that's abusive as well.
Yeah.
But if you don't count that, if you're going like strict technicalities, I don't think that is legally the same thing. I think that's negligence.
Like my grandparents, they never deprived me of food. They just poisoned my food and blamed it on my parents.
Yeah, and what's hilarious about that is that's a true story. That actually happened to Spaghetto.
Yeah.
We'll get into that some other time.
Anyways, don't worry about that. Okay. So, physical abuse? Likely. I'll never say a word! Okay.
These interactions are very weird, by the way.
She'll be alright. Yeah, I'm ready to move on from this. Yuri next then?
If we must.
After the yaoi.
It's okay. This starts out light enough. First question. Yuri's favorite genre is horror. You said true. The correct answer is...
Well, wouldn't her favorite genre be Yuri?
Was it really so obscure as to require asking?
You'd be surprised how many people are convinced that Portrait of Markiplier is your favorite book.
Oh yeah, the Crimson Butthole book that I was talking to you guys about.
Oh, okay.
I assumed that too.
I'm sorry, when Yuri started yapping about her books, I kind of just tuned out and started looking at her boobs, and I was just like,
Dude, that's why when I did the edits for our playthrough, I just inserted like loud weather just like drowning her out over time because I just like it represented the boredom of the MC.
Well, she's like the queen of Yappington.
Yeah. I mean, I'd stick around and listen anyway because there's two compelling reasons to hang on, but
At least that one has a reasonable explanation. Now, like this next question. Yuri is not named after the girl love genre. You said unlikely. The correct answer is... false. Sorry. The girl love genre is more widely known as... Sorry. The girl love genre is more widely known than the flower.
Spaghetto, that sounds like an argument you would make, though. You have those like arbitrary comparisons that you do a lot, especially during like the Pikmin recordings. And by the way, I just wanted to point out that I did mention that Dan Salvato clearly has intimate knowledge of Japanese media when he made this game.
He probably has the same lesbian manga as I do.
Exactly. So I called it and I was right. And you guys are wrong. So, you know. You can't see him on camera. He's doing some dumb joke right now on webcam, I'm sure.
Guys, I'm in a door frame!
See?
Like and subscribe! I'm in a door frame, guys! This is a big door, and it's got a frame! This door is bigger than my penis! It's huge!
That's not saying much.
It's alright, though. That's what this quiz was for. Next question. Yuri does not regularly pleasure herself with pens.
At this rate, I'll die of embarrassment.
Either that or ink poisoning.
You said likely. The correct answer is... Oh!
We got it. Such an evasive question.
In more ways than one, Yuri. I remember I played this mod where Natsuki borrows Yuri's pen and then she like puts it in her mouth because she was thinking, and Yuri's just like, uh-oh, with Canon Carl as the center of her desires. Yeah, like using pens or curling irons. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like playing soccer with a bowling ball. Like, you can still do it, but it's going to be painful.
Let's look at the next one. Yuri is a yandere. You said likely. The correct answer is...
Unlikely. Only unlikely?
So even Yuri's upset. You did get pretty freaky in Act 2, Yuri. But like Sayori before, it's a question of if you could get there on your own. Okay?
Well, that's a crapshoot. That doesn't mean it's likely or unlikely.
Yeah, it's also like... The point I was trying to make with like this quiz is it's so vague that it's obviously hinging on a very specific criteria that we don't know until the end of the quiz, and it's annoying.
Yeah, but I just realized the trick there. I realized that they're actually really smart for that. You know why? Because we've been sitting here for an hour and a half recording this playthrough of it and discussing it in detail.
God damn it! So that leaves the final of your questions. Yuri cuts vegetables in Act 1. You said likely. The correct answer is... True!
Alright. But wait, how do you know for sure? It's not as if anyone saw.
For starters, you wrote a poem about it. More interpretation.
The raccoon? But isn't that interpretation?
It is, but Ken and Carl also nearly caught you on your
Art.
weekend visit. Unless there was some other reason you quickly rolled down your sleeve. Knowing what we do about you, the poem is the strongest proof. There are only so many ways to spin it that make sense. Alright.
Are we back?
Water.
I'm back.
But I guess that means it's my turn on the chopping block. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Remember, guys, she already learned her lesson.
But she does have some rather intense questions.
Is it any wonder mine are the most controversial?
Well, yeah, you're the villain.
Well, here goes nothing. Eagles can fly. Monkeys... Well, here goes nothing. My first question was... Monika doesn't know how to code! You said false. The correct answer is... True!
No, that's wrong. No, you can be a bad coder, but that doesn't mean you don't know how to code.
Yeah.
She executes code in the game. No, this is like saying like Bill Nye's not a scientist. No, he is by the definition of it. Like it's... No, she knows how to code. Not very well, but she does.
As if it wasn't clear from how bad at it she is. Yeah, all that stuff went wrong because she has no idea what she's doing. Okay, guys, I think they get it.
Oh, I get it. It's like she doesn't know how to code like Dan Salvato doesn't know how to write. Okay, so it's like an insult, and it's not really... Okay, it's not supposed to be technical.
Alright, so that still counts as codings. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, yeah.
Technically, we're right, which is the best kind of right.
We're right. Fuck you. Eat my ass.
Well, don't do that.
That was nice while it lasted. The rest of these are pretty grim. Next was... Monika did nothing wrong. You said false. The correct answer is...
False. Knew it.
Has this ever been a contentious topic in the fandom? Opinions are all over the place on it.
And yet, we say with certainty what you did to us was wrong. Not to suggest I believe otherwise, just playing devil's advocate.
The crux of the issue is whether I brought harm to the rest of you or not. Well, obviously what you did was harmful. People died! For Pete's sake. But that's assuming you're real people with your own feelings, and thus being able to be harmed. My working assumption had been that you were just scripted NPCs, just acting as the CPU saw fit. And if that was the case, I couldn't have done any harm since you weren't really alive. So, to prove that harm was done...
We need proof of our own sentience. that we have the capacity to feel, and our emotions are not merely being simulated.
Wait, is anyone buying this argument? She's a character in that game. Within the context of that game, yeah, she's a mass murderer.
Basically, yeah, it means we really are no different from each other as digital entities. So you did murder everyone and do things that were wrong. Cool.
Either way, man, just women do be yapping in this mod. Holy shit. You guys remember when this was like a simple quiz?
Just move it already! Sure thing. My third question was, Monika killed the other girls. You said false. The correct answer is... false! I think we should move on! Yes, let's. My fourth question was, Monika is not a yandere. You said unlikely. The correct answer is...
I knew it.
Monika told Sayori to game end. You said likely. The correct answer is... what?
What?
Well, did she? What Monika told me is between me and her. Nobody else needs to know.
I'd like to believe you wouldn't do something so extreme, but your other actions weren't exactly mild either.
Wasn't that? No, but the implication is that's what she said.
Yeah.
Or something at least like that.
Naturally, there's no hard proof of this one. Sayori's final poem might give you some clues, but even that's conjecture. So the most I can offer is evidence as to why I wouldn't have told her that. The simplest being that I love all my friends. I admit as much after being deleted.
Let's just be grateful it's all behind us now.
The thing I don't like about these Monika questions is it's like very back and forth and like just pretty much up to interpretation. There's not like definitive answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, also it sounds to me like here's why I didn't do the crime, a presentation by me. You know what I mean? Like it's got some bias there.
Thank you guys. Jeez, I didn't think this was going to get so heavy. Jeez, I didn't think this was going to get so long.
Yeah.
But we're finally through it, and now we can tally the score. Oh wait, there was a quiz? I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that's got lost in the plot at this point.
Yes. Let's see how our captive audience fared.
Will they be part of the 0.1% who passes? Let's find out. You answered 5 questions correctly and got half credit for 6 of them. So your total is 8.0 out of 20, and that means you failed. This may not be a surprise since you got less than half of them. But you needed a perfect score to pass anyway. Gotta get that 99.9% failure rate somehow.
I'm sure you did your best for your first time trying the quiz.
You could take it again, but you know all the answers now. No, I'm not doing this again. No. Yeah, a pass at this point wouldn't mean much. Well, that's it for Doki Doki Canon Quiz. 99.9% will fail because all of these answers are just self-conjecture. Congrats on becoming a statistic. What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, this was like failing a philosophy discussion. Like, that's not how that works.
I don't actually feel like I failed. I felt like I just didn't choose the correct opinions.
I think we got one of them actually wrong. Hey, wait! Don't they get to answer any questions about me?
Nope. They don't care about you, Lars. Sorry. And the game closed.
Quick tip for the mod devs. Put a thing in the beginning that says like a yes or no toggle. Do you want to just do the quiz or do you want the plot alongside it?
Yeah, that would be nice. This was... I was just expecting a quiz, and now we got into a 2-hour philosophy debate.
Yeah, we should make a little quick mod that's like 20 actual like questions with the right answer.
Yeah, does Monika suck ass, true or false? Or
just like, yeah, Yuri has 2 breasts, yes or no, and like, we can...
Well, actually, she has 4 breasts because Yuri in Act 2 is a different Yuri, totaling 4 boobs.
Oh, or yeah, I guess her breasts have glasses.
Oh, four
like
eye.
4 eyes,
nipples?
kind of like a boob analogy thing. I don't know how boob physics works. It doesn't matter.
Anyways, this was long enough. The mod was okay, a little too long for my opinion, but it was something.
The questions, I think, okay, if you're gonna have plot inserted into it, here's another way of going about it, is not giving an answer and just like saying these are all open-ended and just like topical discussions about the game. And so what do you think? And just like inspired the reader to maybe like talk with their friends about it. DokiGuy, thank you very much for indulging us. This was incredibly long. I had no idea this mod was going to be that long, and I'm so sorry.
It's alright. Well, thank you guys for having me here.
Yeah, of course, man. It was great getting to know you. Do you want to tell the audience where they can find you on YouTube?
Well, you can just find me on YouTube under the name DokiGuy.
Yeah, I was thinking that's pretty decent branding, because like, if someone's like, well, I don't know anything about Doki Doki, I should ask the DokiGuy. It's not bad.
Oh yeah, like what if Yuri had big breasts? That'd be awesome, I think.
She does. Yeah.
What?